You'll never guess who we've got behind this small billboard here. Ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Fontana.
Hello, Susie.
So, Wayne Fontana, welcome back to Windows on the World.
It's very nice to be back again, Mark.
Glyn Jeffrey Ellis was born 28th of October 1945 in Levenshulme, Manchester. He was better known as 60s hitmaker Wayne Fontana.
The purpose of a man is to love a woman, and the purpose of a woman is to love a man. So come on, baby, let's start today. Come on, baby, let's play the game of love, love, la, 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 la.
I can only remember as a kid at school, it must have been in my mind for years and years, because every time the employment officer came round and said, and what would you like to be when you leave school? I'd always say I'm going to be a singer. And so I don't know where it came from, I just wanted to be a singer. And he'd say things like, oh no, you want to be a fireman, don't you, or a policeman, or... And I used to say, no, none of them, I'm going to be a singer. I left school, and then my dad used to take me round to bars. You weren't allowed at 15, but if I just went in for the competition, I was allowed to go in. So he'd drive me round, and I'd go in and be a piano player. And I remember I used to sing Frank, I remember you, and I used to win. And in those days, I won a £5. And I thought, this is not bad, because my wages then were only £2.7 and 6 a week. The initial ones were package tours with people from all over, Roy Orbison, Del Shannon. You know, they'd have an American topping the bill, and then some English acts, and then obviously the Beatles took off, and they were topping bills. But they were fabulous. We used to get driven round then in coaches and looked after. Now we have to make our own.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? So going full circle with it all.
Yeah. But I enjoy it. As I said earlier, I enjoy it more now, being 42, than I did when I was 16. Happy days. We had the lovely Jimmy Savile. Enough said.
Welcome to January the 1st, 1964. It's 6:34 p.m. and it's a programme that you've never heard of before. It's called Top of the Pops, and there's the charts.
It was amazing how long he got away with it, because so many people at the BBC knew. Quite a few people who were going to say something, all of a sudden they died.
What I'm going to try and do tonight is bring back a few memories. Memories of when you had memories.
I was a law-abiding citizen until I was 59. One parking ticket in Drury Lane on a Sunday, when there should have been no charge, and it just escalated from that to all these bailiffs and this, that and the other. And as I say, the second time, after the problem with setting fire to the bailiff's car, I did finish up in prison. I just lit the lighter, and it wouldn't light. And I thought, this is typical. I'm clicking away, and he's going. What I did, fucking hell, and I threw it. I threw it on the bonnet, and it lit. Honestly.
Yeah. You spent 6 months in prison for that?
I certainly did. They said I could have been done for murder. Well, attempted murder. I said, no, if I'd wanted to murder him, what I would have done, I would have put a match in his petrol tank at the back. I said I did give him a fair chance by just setting fire to his bonnet.
Yeah.
It gave him chance to leg it, which he did. So eventually, I was on tour again at the time. We finished the tour. They took me to court on May the 25th, and I was just ready to go to Spain. You know, I thought they'd take me and fine me. And he says, well, I dressed up a little bit as the woman of justice. You know, I had a little crown and scales of justice and a sword.
Yeah.
And a little a little Roman thing on I had.
Yeah.
So I walked in the court like this. And the judge wasn't too keen. I think it was due to the fact I was putting things on the internet that the establishment didn't like. And that's when I turned into public enemy number one. It seems to have taken over my life. You know, so I've got to know the ins and outs of what everybody's doing. Strange.
Yeah. That does happen though, doesn't it? Because when you start looking into things, you want to go deeper and deeper. And
you do, and yeah, exactly. And then you look into it and you find out that wasn't right and that wasn't right. But you try and tell your mates and you're a nutcase.
After the success of you get loads of songwriters sending you songs because they think, obviously, you just had a number 3 record. He's going to have another one. How wrong they were. No, we did pretty well, and believe it or not, this was a worldwide number 1 hit, except for England. We only got to number 2 with this in England, but we were beaten by a far superior song. The Singing Nun singing. Nika.
So, when you're on tour and mixing with your contemporaries from the 60s
Yeah.
and 70s and all that, what reaction do they generally have when you talk about this stuff?
Oh, here's Wayne again. He's going to give us all that New World Order crap. And you think, oh, why am I wasting my time even mentioning it? You know, it's only in conversation. And they'd rather talk about football and, you know, you think, oh, what a waste of space. You know, and it's, oh, Manchester United did this. And you think, what a load of crap. Who cares? You know, who cares about Manchester United and Manchester City? And then you look, you think, this is it. They're just programmed. That's going to be their life. You know, women will watch soaps and men will go to football, and then you'll get up in the morning, you'll go to work and you'll do this, and then you'll finish at 5 if you're lucky. You'll go home, you won't have time for your kids, you won't. And you think, but is this what we're born for? You know, just to be slaves, really. You're just slaves. And you're going from what somebody wants you to do. You're not really living your life. You're being programmed. If you realise how deep the rabbit hole goes, I mean, the people coming out now, even in the entertainment business, saying, I sold my soul to the devil so I could be famous. And you go, Jesus, yeah. And you look at people and you think, how did he get famous? He's crap. You know? And then you think, oh, he must have sold his soul to the devil. Oh, it's a funny old world. Apart from that, I'm having quite a good time.
Yeah, it's turned out nice again.
I'm just skint. Just skint and fucking bankrupt. But I'm all right. I'll be all right.
Well, it's always rock and roll.
There's always rock and roll.
Thanks, Wayne.
It was brilliant, that. It was brilliant.